Hi there, and welcome to the session Farm to School. Connect with your local MSU Extension Educator at the School Nutrition Association of Michigan's 2020 Virtual Annual Conference. My name is Abbey Palmer, and I'm a food systems educator for Michigan State University Extension, stationed at the Upper Peninsula Research and Extension Center in Chatham. I'm also part of the management team for the Michigan Farm to Institution Network. I provide technical assistance to schools that have or want to start school gardens. And as we'll talk about later, Farm to School is a broad term that encompasses different activities that aim to empower youth and their families to make informed food choices while strengthening a vibrant local food economy. That includes procuring local foods for school lunch or backpack programs, education about food systems and farm tours, and school gardens. So today, we're going to talk about what Farm to School is a little bit, but we're also going to talk about how you can locate your local MSU Extension educator to either get started or go deeper with Farm to School activities. So Farm to School is a program that has received federal funding since the 2010 Child Nutrition Reauthorization Section 243 of the Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act of 2010, which provided $5 million per year in mandatory funding for the Farm to School grant program. And this was a major victory for the National Farm to School Network and Farm to School champions across the country. Conversations around Farm to School in Michigan started all the way back in 2001, and programs began in Northwest Lower Michigan around 2004, and Michigan Farm to School was officially launched in 2007. So this graphic is from the National Farm to School Network, which defines farm to school as an umbrella term for a variety of activities, including procurement. So local foods are purchased, promoted, and served in the cafeteria or as a snack or a taste test. School gardens, where students engage in hands-on learning through gardening, and education. Students participate in education activities related to agriculture, food, health, or nutrition. Farm to School centers around efforts to serve local foods in school and early childhood care and education settings. It also applies to a variety of activities in Michigan, including our school garden programs, fundraisers that use local agricultural products, farmer visits to school classrooms and cafeterias, and field trips to nearby farms. So Farm to School enriches the connection that communities have with fresh, healthy food and local food producers by changing food purchasing and education practices at schools and early childhood care education sites. Students gain access to healthy local foods as well as education opportunities such as school gardens, cooking lessons, farm field trips. So if you're interested in learning more about what Farm to School already looks like in Michigan, you can find loads of resources on our website, which is www.mifarmtoschool.msu.edu. So if your interest is piqued and you'd like to start purchasing more local foods or getting another kind of project going, you can find a list of contacts, including MSU educators around the state who can help in our Serving Up Local Foods resource sheet, which is available on our website, www.canr.msu.edu/resources/Michigan Farm to School fact sheet. This is a map of where MSU Extension educators who can support farm to school activities are located, and many of us cover multiple counties. So contact info so that you can actually locate this educator that serves your area can be found in the Michigan Farm to School fact sheet. And additional partners at the local and state levels can also provide assistance. So next, I'd like to highlight some examples of farm to school projects. These are just a couple examples that have crossed my dashboard in the past few years. There are many, many wonderful examples of farm to school projects in our state. Here's a couple. The Upper Peninsula Food Exchange is a food hub partnership that sources products made in the Upper Peninsula for school fundraisers. I remember selling candy and wrapping paper in school. This farm to school fundraiser foregrounds locally produced food and farm products and then uses the mechanisms and relationships of that food hub to source for and organize a fundraiser. Cindy Sue Kendall worked with her fellow teachers at Lakeview Elementary to raise $6,460. So they printed 450 order forms. They had about a 38% return rate, and the students who participated sold 1,579 local items. The Marquette Food Co-op, which is staff that collaborates with the UP Food Exchange, helped to pack orders for the parents to pick up. And this project involved the whole community in supporting these efforts by teachers and educators to introduce youth to experiential learning around food systems and business. For Macomb Intermediate School District, MISD, they worked with Extension Educator Abbey Harper to host a Michigan Apple Crunch. This is a one-day celebration of Michigan agriculture, an annual event that encourages consumers throughout the state to build relationships with local producers and invest their economic impact in the state's strong agricultural sector. And for many schools, this event serves as a pride rally and a celebration of success in farm to school activities. For MISD, the Staff Wellness Committee saw this as an opportunity to create broader inclusivity for students in the special education classrooms. What's interesting here is that they utilize the USDA's micro-purchasing method, which allows schools to purchase small quantities without preparing formal requests for bids. So MISD secured all products as locally as possible. They procured foods for the Apple Crunch from Macomb County, and they kept their economic impact hyper-local. Whole apples ended up being donated from Westview Orchards in nearby Romeo, and pasteurized cider was obtained from High Cider Mill to provide students on liquid diets the opportunity to participate in the event. Farm to school projects can also strengthen relationships between schools and farmers who can supply food and also educational opportunities. So in 2015, farmer Mark Castner sat down with staff from Springport Public Schools to discuss a farm to school partnership. Mark had recently received a loan for a hoop house, and he was interested in repaying it by partnering with local school districts to develop his presence in those markets. So Mark is now growing salad greens specifically for Springport through a process called forward contracting. That means he knows the product quantities that Springport needs well ahead of their orders, and he plants the required number of beds of lettuce, spinach, and other baby greens to meet that demand. So after several years, both partners are seeing clear benefits. Springport Food Service receives consistent, high quality local produce for their salad bar, and Mark's Farm has successfully brought salad greens into their mix. You can find more ideas and examples of farm to school projects on our Cultivate Michigan website under News, and from the USDA Farm to School grants. You can find all the awardees and descriptions of their projects here. For instance, an example of a Michigan grantee in this program is Elkton Pigeon Bay Port Lakers Schools in Pigeon, Michigan. This implementation grant was for $99,849, and it aims to strengthen the district's ability to connect directly with local suppliers and prepare more local foods for school lunches. The grant will fund equipment needed to process local products and a food service worker to prepare the meals using local foods. Additionally, the grant will allow for food service workers from Huron County to learn more about how to incorporate local foods into their menu. So with all that in mind, thanks for your interest in Farm to School, and we'd love to hear about your ideas about how Farm to School could look in your community. I wish you all the best in the school year ahead, and please reach out.